The New England Patriots still could be making some huge moves before the 2025-2026 season. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content, even on spring break. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment below because I know you're going to have an opinion on something. Let's hear it. So, jumping right into it, ladies and gentlemen, Kendrick Bourne, is he on the chopping block? I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm leaning towards yes. I'm going to defend my point. First and foremost, we look at one, his production this past year was not great. We all know he was coming off an ACL tear and was not ideal, not poised for a great season. But looking at this wide receiver room and the opportunity that it laid out with not a lot of talent, him being able to step up and say, hey, I can be that number one wide receiver. Hey, I can hold down the wide receiver room. I can do all these different things. He did not do those things. So as his production was waning, was not ideal. He was benched during the Bears game for younger talent. We know Polk got in there, and we all know he didn't do much. As well, we saw Demario Douglas more, which the more and more I see Demario Douglas, the more I want to see him play, as well as Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon, bring that booty. Coming in there and showing us that he has a lot of potential. His gambling ways are behind him, and he is ready to move towards success for the Patriots. So I know you're saying, Aaron, listen, that's just a couple different things. His production, sure. His ACL, sure. But when it comes down to it, let's jump into the wide receiver room. That's what I want to do. Now, I love these templates on Wikipedia. It's a wiki depth chart, really great. So obviously right now, as it is, there's no practice squad. There's nothing like that because we are not in season. They're not, and as well right now, they're not cutting down to a 53-man roster. So we look at the wide receivers. Right now, there is 9 in there. Last year, I believe they kept 7 and it ended up going down to 6. And so let me break it down for you. First, I think Jaquay Jackson, John Giles, those two tried and true practice squad guys. They're going to be on the practice squad or they're going to be cut. One of the two. Then you look at the players on there that are going to make the roster, in my opinion. And if they don't, I would be surprised. Again, you might be surprised when I say this, but Javon Baker as well as Jalen Polk, I think for sure going to make the roster. Rough first season, their rookie seasons this past year. They had a lot of hype, a lot of potential, but I think that this new regime in New England hopefully is going to help develop them and help make them into great NFL caliber wide receivers. So I think they make the team. Kayshon Boutte showed a lot of promise, like I just said, bring that booty, showed a lot of promise. And so I think he is for sure making the roster. Stephon Diggs, number one wide receiver, for sure making it. Demario Douglas, for sure making it. Mac Hollins, for sure making it. Now, one other person that is not on this list that I think is a for sure candidate to make it is whoever the Patriots draft at wide receiver. So I think the Patriots, I don't want to say they're going to be overly aggressive at trying to draft a wide receiver. Now, it all depends on how this whole game plays out, this whole draft plays out. That's a better way of saying it. But I eventually see them at some point drafting a wide receiver. I've said it in prior episodes that I think it is a lock that at some point they get a wide receiver. So I think that is number 7, and that makes it a little too much for Kendrick Bourne. Now, another reason besides the fact that he came off an ACL tear, didn't do so great, didn't have great production this past year, and he was ended up eventually benched. The other thing we need to talk about is the cap space that's saved. Now, he was guaranteed $5.5 million. And so if he is cut after June 1st, the Patriots will end up saving, I believe, 6.8 or 6.9 million in cap space. But they're still going to have to, they're going to have some dead cap. That's going to be, I believe, 2.8 million, which is, it's essentially guaranteed signing money that he's going to get no matter what. So listen, it's not a lot of guaranteed money. Over the next 2 years, he's going to be getting paid no matter what, 5.5 million as his base. And so the Patriots are basically looking at it like this, in my humble opinion. we keep Kendrick Bourne or we draft someone. And if we draft someone, guess what? That contract is already significantly less than Kendrick Bourne. So Kendrick Bourne is out. Now, they might just keep him along as long as they can and then end up dropping him. That's fine. They very well might do that. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think out of all these people, again, this wide receiver room as we see it right now, way too big. Way, way, way too big. And Jackson and Giles, believe it or not, crazy athletes coming out of college. Am I saying they're going to come in there and make a splash in the league? No, but they have potential to develop. Kendrick Bourne has hit his ceiling. He is on his way down in his career. And so looking at it for Kendrick Bourne, I think it is more likely going into the 2025 season. He is cut before then. And that 7th spot, if they keep 7 wide receivers on this Patriots team, is going to go to someone that is drafted. Hopefully, possibly one of those wide receivers from Iowa State, Higgins, and I forgot the other guy's name. There's a guy from Utah State, last name Royals, very solid. So there's a lot of potential. But based on all those factors, again, had a major injury in his ACL. And now you're probably going to say, Aaron, Stefon Diggs just had that as well. Yes, that's true. Stefon Diggs could come in this year and be absolutely awful. And guess what? The Patriots are going to drop him after this year because they already gave him, what was it, $23 million guaranteed. They're not going to continue to pay him if he's not producing. And that's the same with Kendrick Bourne. I think it's the writing on the wall. I think it's going to happen. So again, you look at his contract right here. Over the next 2 years, 2025, 2026, base salaries of $5.5 million. That's guaranteed. Listen, you could save a lot of money. As well, you just look at his production. Production through the games that we've seen, not ideal this past year. Again, he was benched during the Bears. He had one game against the Rams where he was 5 of 5, 70 yards, a touchdown reception. That was for sure his best game. But besides that, it was not anything to write home about. And then if you look at the regular season, we know Hunter Henry, absolute dog at tight end. Mario Douglas, for those regular watchers, my favorite. Kayshon Boutte, bring that booty. Again, up-and-coming young guy. And then you had Hooper, and then you had Kendrick Bourne, which makes it even more frustrating, again, for people like Polk, even KJ Osborne, who ended up getting dropped. And then as well, Javon Baker. None of them could produce. None of them could do anything. And Kendrick Bourne, who is, again, not at his ceiling anymore, definitely on his downward trend, did better than those guys. Again, you might still be saying, listen, Aaron, he clearly did better than Polk and Baker last year. Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree. But Polk and Baker have a much bigger upside than Kendrick Bourne has. Again, Polk and Baker also have much smaller contracts compared to Kendrick Bourne. And so when we look at it, I think the Patriots are going to be trending in that direction of, hey, we're going to keep most likely 7, and that 7th person is most likely going to be someone we've drafted, and then Kendrick Bourne they're going to be moving on from him. So comment below, tell me what you think about that. You might disagree, might think that is the worst take in sports. That's fine. Do not care. But again, I think it's something that is incredibly possible. And it's a move that I think the Patriots could be and very well might be leaning towards. So comment below. Tell me what you think. Kendrick Bourne in or out for next season? Comment below. And if he's in, tell you what, tell me what wide receivers you think are going to be on the team. If it's including a drafted one, you can just put drafted on there. So comment that below. Next, we're sticking on the topic of wide receivers. Number 8 is now Stefon Diggs. Jalen Polk, currently the number 1. Apparently didn't want to give that, had no intentions of giving that up. So again, if Jalen Polk is cut somehow, some way, Stefon Diggs, I'm assuming, gets the number 1. Who knows? But kind of cool, number 8. We'll see that moving forward. And last but not least, just want to show you this, just reminding you because soon enough it's going to be draft night, and it's right around the corner. But the Patriots with 9 draft picks, 4th, 38th, 69, 77, 106, 144, 171, and then you have 2 7th-round picks. So a lot of exciting things yet to come for the Patriots. Expect a lot of noise when it comes to that day 2, especially when you see that 2nd and 2 3rd rounds. I think a lot of talent's going to be brought to the Patriots, and as I said earlier, including a wide receiver. So tell me what you think. On your way out, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. Hit the like button. And as you can tell, I'm not in my normal spot. I don't have the 2 doors behind me. I'm at a different spot in the place we're staying at. And so I'm on spring break. If you didn't know, I'm a teacher. So I'm enjoying spring break. Allergies are killing me. I'll talk to you guys later. Go Pats. Peace.